For shocking truths about why women sleep with men, Female Desire Uncovered introduction there are truths about human intimacy that most people never say out loud. We like to believe that sex is simple. Men want it, women allow it. But that's a shallow story. In reality, a woman's decision to sleep with a man carries profound psychological, emotional, and even spiritual weight. It isn't just about lust, and it certainly isn't always about love. Today, I want to take you beneath the surface into the unspoken psychology of female desire. These aren't cliches, and they're not what you'll find in glossy magazines. These are the 4 shocking truths about why women sleep with men. Truths that might change the way you see relationships forever. This video isn't about judgment, it's about understanding. Because once you uncover these truths, you not only begin to see women differently, you also start to see yourself differently. Asterisk. Truth number 1. Women sleep with men for validation more than desire. We often assume that when a woman chooses intimacy, it's purely attraction. But the truth is, sometimes it's about validation for many women. The act of saying yes to intimacy is a way to quiet an inner voice of self-doubt. It's not always about the man in front of her, it's about how she feels about herself. In a world that constantly judges women by their beauty, their youth, their body shape, and their desirability, sex can become a measure of worth. Think about this. A woman may not even feel deep desire in the moment. What she feels is the craving for affirmation, confirmation that she is wanted, that she is seen, that she matters. The bed becomes a stage, and intimacy becomes a performance where the applause is found in male attention. This doesn't mean women are shallow. It means they're human. All of us long to feel chosen. But for women especially, society wires them to tie their value to desirability. And in those quiet, vulnerable nights, validation sometimes feels like the closest thing to love. The lesson here, if you're a man, understand that not every yes means passion. Sometimes it's pain. If you're a woman, realize that sleeping with someone to prove your worth will never quiet that deeper ache. Validation from others fades. True confidence is built from within. Asterisk. Truth number 2. Women sleep with men for escape, not connection. Other shocking truth is this. Sometimes, sex isn't about closeness. It's about escape. You might think intimacy is about bridging to souls, but for some women, it's about silencing the chaos inside. A woman may enter a man's arms not because she feels drawn to him, but because she wants to forget. Forget the stress, the loneliness, the heartbreak, the responsibilities pressing down. For those fleeting hours, intimacy becomes a form of anesthesia. It numbs the pain, it distracts from the emptiness, replaces the ache of solitude with the illusion of connection. I once spoke with a woman who admitted she often slept with men she didn't truly want. Why? Because lying in bed alone felt unbearable. She wasn't seeking him. She was running from herself. And isn't that a mirror to all of us? We all have our escapes. Some run to alcohol. Some run to work. Some run to late night scrolling on social media. And some, yes, run into someone else's bed. The lesson here, if you've ever been the escape, realize it wasn't about you, it was about her pain. And if you've ever used intimacy as your own escape, recognize that sex can soothe the moment but never heal the wound. Healing comes from facing the silence, not filling it with noise. Asterisk. Truth number 3. Women sleep with men as a transaction of power. This is the one most people are afraid to admit. Sex can be transactation. It isn't always about passion or even about validation. It can be about leverage. Women throughout history have been forced to navigate a world where their access to security, opportunity, or even survival sometimes depended on men. And though times have changed, echoes of that reality remain. Some women sleep with men, not because they want them, but because they need something: security, resources, protection, or even a career advantage. This doesn't always happen in dramatic sugar daddy arrangements. It happens in subtle ways too. A woman might choose intimacy because she fears losing financial support, or because saying no could mean losing stability. It's uncomfortable to face this truth. We like to imagine sex as sacred or romantic, but for some, it's a currency. And the shocking part? Sometimes women aren't even fully aware of it. Their choices are driven by survival instincts, so deeply ingrained they barely notice the calculation. The lesson here? If you're a man, ask yourself, are you offering women a space of love or just a transaction? If you're a woman, recognize that when you trade your body for safety, you may gain temporary power but lose pieces of yourself. True security can only come from building your own foundation, not relying on another's. Asterisk truth number 4. Women sleep with men they don't even love here. It's the hardest truth. Women sometimes sleep with men they don't even love. Why? 'Cause love and sex are not always aligned. A woman can love deeply and remain untouched by passion. Or she can give her body without giving her heart. Sometimes it's curiosity. Sometimes it's loneliness. Sometimes it's rebellion against the very idea of commitment. And sometimes it's the quiet hope that maybe, just maybe, sex will spark love where there is none. But here's the tragedy. Using intimacy as a bridge to love rarely works. More often than not, it leaves women emptier than before. A woman who gives herself to a man she doesn't love often wakes up to a silence that feels even colder. And yet, we cannot judge, 'cause who among us hasn't tried to fill a void with something temporary? Who hasn't mistaken a fleeting flame for warmth? The lesson here, if you're a man, never assume sex equals love. And if you're a woman, never confuse love with the hope that intimacy will create it. Real love doesn't need to be earned with your body. It flows freely from respect, connection, and truth. Bringing it all together now that we've uncovered these 4 shocking truths, let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Women sleep with men for reasons far more complex than simple desire. Validation, escape, transaction, loneliness. These are the silent motives that shape human intimacy. But behind them all lies one deeper truth. We are all searching for meaning, for love, for belonging, for proof that we matter. Sex, at its core, is just one of the ways humans try to answer that ache. And yet, the most powerful thing we can realize is this: no partner, no act, no fleeting night can give us the love we haven't first cultivated within ourselves. Practical takeaways you can apply at home for men. Stop assuming a woman's yes always means passion. Look deeper. Listen. Create space where she feels valued beyond her body. Respect her enough to see the soul beneath the skin. For women, ask yourself before intimacy: am I doing this from love or from emptiness? Is this choice an expression of my worth or a desperate attempt to prove it? For everyone, heal the wound inside before seeking someone else to soothe it. When you build wholeness within, intimacy transforms from an escape into a genuine connection. Conclusion, a call. From the heart, these truths may be shocking, but they are also liberating. Because when we finally see intimacy for what it is, layered, messy, vulnerable, we can choose differently. We can stop hiding behind validation, stop escaping into someone's arms, stop trading love for survival. Instead, we can learn to love with clarity. To give not because we are empty, but because we are full. To share our bodies not out of fear, but out of genuine connection. And that is the invitation of this channel Awaken mindset. To see life not through illusions, but through truth. To peel back the layers, even the uncomfortable ones. And awaken to the deeper wisdom that can transform how we live, love, and connect. So, if this message spoke to you, I invite you don't. Just move on to the next video, stay with us. Subscribe to Awaken Mindset, join our community, and keep exploring the hidden psychology of life and love, because the truth will set you free. but only if you dare to uncover it.